Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Let's see what we can find today and see a bit of learner abuse, a bit of poor driving, a bit of inappropriate driving. Let's get into the first clip, which is dealing initially with a roundabout. Now initially we're looking at this Mercedes here in wet conditions. It's not doing anything wrong at all. In fact, it's doing something correct. It's staying in the correct lane, it's going where we're going. The cars on the right there are holding off as they should as the car passes. This is going to have a reflection when you see the front view of this particular clip. As we move on in, you notice we're trying to pick up speed, but there's a car in front. We're trying to keep the distance between the Mercedes behind us and the car in front, especially as we're looking to join the dual carriageway. We would like to be picking up the speed a little bit more, but as I said, when you see the front clip, you see what I mean. This car here is having to slow down for us because we're indicating to join, as is that one having to slow down for the car in front. And this is all retrospective what's going on in front of us, which you're going to see shortly. And we do manage to get on, and we manage to get on with it. And we join the dual carriageway. So with all of that going on behind us, I want to have a look at the front camera so you can actually see how this is all played out. As we approach the roundabout, you got this white car in front of us. It's indicating right, it's going down the same road as us onto the dual carriageway. Initially no problem. Joins the roundabout, it gets into the correct lane and the A3 London, and as it stands it's absolutely fine. But when it gets round the bend, it then leaves that lane. It goes to the inner lane, still indicating right, now cancels it. It's in the lane to Worcester Park. So these cars that are looking to pull in from the left hand side, as I'm going to highlight, do they know where he's going? He's saying he's going around the roundabout, but he's actually not. Just as well for them, they do hold off on this occasion. But I have seen people pull out on vehicles like that when they happen to be in the wrong lane. Now, as you saw from the front camera, we've got that Mercedes behind us, and we're trying now to move up here, join the dual carriageway. And as we're doing so, we're going to indicate early to say we are joining the dual carriageway, but what does the car in front do? We've got this braking distance, it is wet conditions, we can't increase the speed any more than what we're doing, and you saw the reaction to the cars on the dual carriageway, all because of this particular individual up front. Then he indicates very, very late, and at this stage now we're able to get on. But then what does he go and do? Something rather odd, and he goes and leaves again, so he couldn't make his mind up. Probably just took the wrong turn in, but he's got to realise what's going on around him when he's doing this. We tried to plan that as best as we could to deal with that white car, and as you saw what went on behind, it has reflection on everybody. Okay, this is about a cyclist who likes to go quite fast. Now, if we had the same disregard for this cyclist as this cyclist seems to have for the vehicles around him, he would be screaming from the rooftops. This is the fella in question. He moves out at the wrong time and goes right through the gap as we're passing. That is not enough room, and nor is that. That is not 1.5 meters, not even close, and he's very lucky really to get away with that. That's some poor decision making there on the bike. Okay, what we have here is a van, that one in the back there. He wants to go straight on. Now this road, the lane we're in, goes straight on at the roundabout head. Now he pulls in, as you can see, to the inner lane, which is for left only. He doesn't want that because he wants to go left. He wants to do there because he wants to undertake that vehicle he's now passing. It's quite clear there what lane you need to be in when you come to the roundabout. He then goes on to undertake us. If you look at the front view of this, you can quite clearly see you have plenty of time to plan here. There's the two lanes, left if you're here, right if you want to go straight on. We want to go straight on, so we move across. You have plenty of time to do so. What's wrong with his van? What does he think he's so special that he doesn't have to get into the appropriate lane? You get another second warning just as the sign comes up for the roundabout. It's quite clear where you need to be, but he's not interested in this. He's just going to carry on passing everybody, and it makes him quite unpredictable around learners. I don't like people like that at all, because we have to have our wits about us. Thankfully he's gone past, we don't have to deal with him at this point, and as you can quite clearly see, he goes around the round and pushes his way in and actually carries on going straight. It's just some poor driving. Okay, on this clip here, what we're doing is we're looking at this van right here. We're coming up to a roundabout and we want to turn right. So as we move on, there's some traffic lights ahead at the moment, which slows us down. We were indicating right just as we moved away. We couldn't get across because this van is creeping up around the outside, so we know we've got to wait at this point now. He's delayed us moving across. Then we've got the Audi coming, and the Audi actually does us a solid there, and he actually lets us go in, which I fully appreciate that. Now as we're coming up to the roundabouts, we're going to carry on around. We'll end up meeting up with the van again. Now he's on our right as you see it now, and the traffic lights have gone red and we're waiting. Audi a little bit close, but we're going to have a look at the forward view now, so you can actually see what went on prior to the van stopping us. There he is there on the right. So looking at the front, we are indicating right about now, just as the lights go green, to get across into the right lane behind the black car. Plenty of time, but just as we're about to do that, we see that van as you saw on the previous clip, and we couldn't get over now. We're being held back now, and he's now on our right hand side, and there he is, and the Audi gently let us squeeze in there so we could get him behind. If the van would have let us go, we wouldn't have been pinched there and holding the cars up behind either. Now as we go into the roundabout itself, you saw it from the previous clip, he was over on the left hand side. You're going to see where the learner's got to really pay attention. Well, I have to as well. The light is red, there he is on the left, no problems here. We're coming up on the right in the empty lane. They merge into one. We're happy to let the van go. Simple as that. That's what we were talking about at this point. We're also watching pedestrians on the right hand side there. There he is. And what they may or may not do, you'll see one of the pedestrians nearly walks out in front of us as we move off, but the van doesn't do anything. What's he doing? Is he on his phone or something? We were happy to let him go, but no, even though we got away first, he still had to push and punch through and basically cut us up as he went through, and I just think that's so unnecessary. Now in this clip here, I noticed this while we were parked over, a van, white van, passing a cyclist as they were passing a car. Was it necessary? I don't think so. There's a silver van coming the other way, so they have to time this right as they don't get involved with the cyclist. And the cyclist was unwittingly involved in this passing manoeuvre, which turned out to be okay. But as I just highlighted, there is a cycle lane on the right. Does it mean he needed to be there? No, not at all. The road's wide enough. He doesn't have to use that lane. It's there if he wants to. But it just goes to show that the cyclist nearly got involved in something which he didn't instigate in any way whatsoever. Turned out okay, as you can see, but that could have gone wrong. Okay, in this clip, it's just a bit of poor planning really. We get a pinch point a little bit further up where somebody should be holding back. You can see the warning sign on the left hand side. There's the pinch point coming, and it's the car in front. It doesn't plan too well at all. As we start to move off, there's a car coming through. Watch what the black car does. It really should have waited. It would have cost him no time at all. So there goes the red vehicle, there goes the black one, not looking at all. Can he actually clear this traffic calming measure? And the answer is no. So now he's blocked it for anybody coming the other way, and then lo and behold, something does come the other way, and it happens to be a bus who now cannot get through. Fortunately, the bus doesn't have to wait too long as the traffic moves on, but again, unnecessary, unplanned, and sometimes that can cause a little bit of chaos on the roads and inconvenience for us as well. Bus goes through, thanks us for waiting, not getting in the way of course, and then we proceed naturally as there's now plenty of room. Just a bit of forethought. Okay, simple little clip this. We've got a junction on the right, BMW looking to pull out. There he is on the right hand side. He should wait for us to pass. He just have a look and think, shall I wait? No, I don't think so. I'll just go. I can get in front of them as he goes on the wrong side of the road as he leaves that junction. And this is meant to be a 20, by the way, and as you can see, he sort of bombs off into the distance. He's not really bothered that it's a 20 at all. But these are the things we have to keep our wits about us for. Okay, this is a very interesting clip, in the sense it's the lorry we're looking at on the left here that's parked up. He's obviously been doing some deliveries, and soon, very shortly, he's looking to pull out. The only thing is when he actually pulled in there, he didn't really have a good look around him and paid attention to where he'd actually pulled in. There he's looking to go, so he's waiting now for him. We're going to let him out. That's why we've got left a bit of distance here. And very shortly the lights are going to change, and then he's able to move out. So pay attention to the lorry as it pinches away and it starts to move out, and you'll see what happens. So it's always a good idea to pay attention to what's going on around you, and most certainly where you've parked. There you go, the lights go green. There goes the lorry, but oops, what's he done there? Oh dear. As he reverses, you'll see he's gone and knocked a bollard over. That was a concrete one that was concreted in, and the bollard actually says, oh, I don't need to be in the road. It kind of rolls right back off the road again. So surprise, surprise, sometimes you've got to be careful where you park, because it can go wrong. Okay, for me guys, it was this fella here, I guess the dullard of the video, purely because he took such an unnecessary risk going between two cars and endangered himself, and it was totally and utterly unnecessary. Okay guys, thank you for watching. It's very much appreciated. Please like and subscribe. It keeps me producing more videos, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Take care now. Bye bye for now.